Hey guys, welcome to the James Bond Show. Krazy Kajeevie is back here with you today. It is a beautiful day here in Melbourne, and with no fears, limits or substitutes, I'm coming at you with a whole bunch of Bond goodies. First of all guys, if you haven't seen this is, I thought I'd wear something a little bit special. I'm sorry it's not 30% polyester or 100% cashmere, Sajitsky, but this is a actual film used police vest from Skyfall. If I ever sell it, I'm sorry, but it hasn't come from a non-pet friendly home. So that's why there's a few cat hairs on it. But hey, I promise to get the vacuum out if I ever sell it. That was my vacuum impression. Okay guys, so that's what I'm wearing. And I'm wearing it because I am ready for battle. Because I'm going up against the one, the only Feminazi Jaw Bridge, as I call her. The brilliant feminist of our times is struck back. And Krazy Kajeevie is going to give her a little bit of shtick today. Okay guys, so what is all this about? So Phoebe Waller-Bridge has been reported to really push the feminism angle in No Time to Die, the new James Bond films. Now, this report's from the Mirror. They've all got it out. The Mirror, Daily Mail, the whole bunch of them are now reporting on this. So I thought I'd bring this to you. Okay, so the title in the Mirror was No Mrs. Bond. In a bit, and I'm going to come back and comment on every little bit here, okay? So in a bid to update 007, because he needs updating, his new wife, Madeline Swan, played by Léa Seydoux, keeps her maiden name. A source revealed how in No Time to Die, the spy played by Daniel Craig says... The source did not say woof woof. Okay. Scooby's on the prowl, guys. Source revealed from No Time to Die, the spy played by Daniel Craig says, "Morning, Mrs. Bond." But Madeline, played by Léa Seydoux, says, "Don't you mean Miss Swan?" Oh, shoot me now. What is wrong with these people? Now this is supposedly, the article goes on to say, that article I just threw down there, the article goes on to say that this is about bringing James Bond into the 21st century. So I want to know this. How many couples that walk in and pay to see No Time to Die, how many women aren't called Mrs. Jones or Mrs. Smith or Mrs. whatever? How many of these women are going in there as, I'm a Ms. Okay, the whole point of marriage, right? Now, I'm going to get a little biblical with you in about 10 seconds. Very simple. In the book of Genesis it tells us, the man leaves his mother and father to be joined by his wife, and two become one. There, the biblical lesson over, guys. Two become one. The man... Okay, slight more biblical lesson. The man is the head of the home. He's the leader, the hunter, the gatherer. The woman's the nurturer. I'm sorry if this offends your PC little snowflake kind of thoughts and feelings, guys. But that's just the beauty of marriage, and when men and women come together and she takes his name. So this is clearly Phoebe Waller-Bridge pushing her lefty feminist agenda into James Bond. Now, need I remind you what she did with that abominable character L337 in Solo? Once she was in that film, as that character, it destroyed the film. It was terrible. So she's being allowed to come into James Bond and ruin the film. Now, every day I get questions. Hey Krazy, what do you think is going to happen with No Time to Die? Do you think it's going to be good, or do you think it's going to be bad? I get asked that every day, just over and over. So here's the answer to my question that I've been telling lots of people on our James Bond page as well, the real James Bond fans. I think it's going to be a film of two halves, where it's going to be this film that is, wow, incredible sets, actors playing great characters, great stunts, great score. I think Dan Romer's going to do a great score, and I think Cary Fukunaga with his shot composition and his DOP, director of photography, they're going to make a stunning looking Bond film, and it could be an absolute classic. And then the next half, we're going to have this film peppered with anti-male, male-hating feminism that doesn't belong, especially in a James Bond film. Now, this whole thing of bringing this into the 2000s, 2020 soon, and we're updating for the 21st century, that is a bunch of bullshit. If ever I heard one, all it is a few crazy little lefties pushing their anti-male agenda. So Barbara Broccoli, I plead with you, if you ever hear this, and the Bond fans out there, to stand up against this and say, this is not what we want. We don't want this garbage put into the Bond film. Barbara Broccoli, Cary Fukunaga, if you ever hear this, you have an opportunity in that edit room to edit this garbage out and get rid of it. She should be proud. Madeline Swan should be proud to be Mrs. Bond. Look at Tracy DiVincenzo, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, 1969, Diana Rigg. She loved being Mrs. Bond. Mrs. Bond of the Fleming novels, of On Her Majesty's Secret Service by Ian Fleming, she was so rapt to become Mrs. Bond. And in the film, it was played beautifully by Diana Rigg, and it brought them so close together. She was Mrs. Bond. I mean, look at that scene. And Mr. and Mrs. Bond, and then they drive off in the Aston Martin, and we all know what happens to Tracy from there. So why mess with that? Please, guys, don't let this feminist garbage get into Bond. And how did Phoebe Waller-Bridge's marriage go? I mean, this is a real expert, isn't it? This is a woman we want lecturing us on what marriage is. Her marriage lasted for 3 years. And then she found another guy during that marriage. Then she divorced her husband in the 4th year, but they were over in 3. And now she's with a new man, and they're not married, and they're living together. So she's a real expert on marriage, pushing this Ms. Only lesbians and feminist nutcases call themselves Ms. It's a lot. It's just crazy, guys. It's crazy. Because I want to know what you guys think of this, and what influences do you think that Phoebe Waller, as I call her, Feminazi Jaw Bridge, is going to have on No Time to Die? Are you worried that the millions of dollars that they've invested in this film that could be great, are you worried that her views are now going to ruin it? Let me know in the comments below, guys. Till next time, like it, subscribe to it, and keep on bonding. See you later, guys.